Well, we are on our way here to the races tonight with the Hunt family as we're heading down 50 Highway, and we're going to be going down to LA Raceway in Lamont, Missouri, and we are going to spend the evening here with Trevor Hunt and the Hunt Racing team. First off, Trevor, man, how'd school go today?
School went pretty good, actually. Pretty normal day, I guess. Right now we got map testing going on, so it's a little different. All of our core classes are a little bit longer, and all of our elective classes are a little shorter, so it makes the day kind of interesting, but it's pretty
well, it won't be long. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It was a pretty normal day at school.
Won't be too long, school will be out, man. Be full-time racer then, you might say.
Yeah, I'm excited for school to go ahead and get out. We've already started our racing season up, and it's already getting busy. Like it's Thursday, so I was lucky enough that I was able to finish school and go ahead and go off to the races. So
yeah.
Finished school, got out at about 2:30 and left at about 3:30.
Well, that kind of brings me up to this next question. Do you have any particular schedule you follow on a race day? I know we stopped and got some food there earlier, and I think your mom said something about, well, there is sort of a diet we go for, but anything like that?
Yeah, usually we try to eat pasta on race days, but it's usually kind of hard to follow that schedule, simply because with school playing into that, we have a pretty tight schedule on a race day. I'll get out of school and we'll be leaving within 45 minutes to an hour, so I really don't have any time to eat or anything. I just have time to pack my bags and get everything ready, load the car, and once we get everything ready and we leave, then we'll usually, if I don't get anything to eat, we'll stop by the McDonald's or Sonic in town, get some gas, get some food, and then we'll head out.
Somebody was telling me that you do have just a couple of, I don't know if you want to call them superstitions or whatever, but things that you really like to do on race day. Can you tell me what that might be?
Well, usually once we get to the track here, there's always a certain order that I have to put my safety gear on. Like, I always put my socks under my pants. I always overlap my pants over my socks. I always like to have an order of putting on my neck and headgear. I'll get into the car with my headsock and my Hans device already on. Then I'll put my helmet on and attach the Hans device and hook up my receiver, and then I'll put my gloves on and then the steering wheel. So I really don't like to migrate from that order, but if we ever get in a hurry at the track, I always have to.
Yeah.
Because that's not quite the fastest way to do it.
I heard you like for your mom to hand you your helmet.
Yeah, it's actually kind of hard for me to do that because the way we've got my steering wheel hung in the cockpit, I really can't set my helmet over on the decking, so I always have to put it up in front of me, and I always like to have mom come and give it to me.
Yeah.
Like, if we're ever in a hurry, if dad's closest, whoever's closest gives it to me.
Yeah.
But even if dad's closer, if we're not in a hurry, I always have mom bring it to me.
It's funny the things that we all think help us be more lucky or do better.
Yeah, I know. It's just always been something of mine. I had a fellow racer tell me it's always best to get yourself focused by having a certain routine that you try to follow when you're getting into the car. And in my mind it helps, but who knows, maybe it doesn't.
Well, the other thing is that way you don't forget nothing either. Wanted to know, talking about getting yourself up for the race. Now, we've been about an hour or so here so far from leaving your house to where we are here on 50 Highway. And so far, man, it just seems like we've got Trevor Hunt, the boy here, the young man.
Usually I don't get really into that racer sense, as people call it, until we're actually at the racetrack and I'm getting into the car. We'll pull up to the track, we'll get our wristbands and everything, we'll get the car unloaded, get it warmed up, and do all of our at-the-track maintenance, which usually doesn't consist of much unless we have a short week. And really that racer sense starts to kick in when I'm pulling up to the grid. We try to talk about some race strategy stuff, what the track might be like, because we're headed down to LA Raceway here, and it's a new track to us. We've never been here before. So we've been watching YouTube videos and figuring out the track, if it's smooth, how big it is, small, you know, what it tends to do throughout the night. And then off of that, we'll base kind of a schedule, I guess you could call it, of what we're going to do to adjustments and watch the track and change accordingly.
Have you made any specific changes to the car this week for LA that you can tell us about? Yeah, this last weekend at Valley Speedway we had some what we believe to be ignition issues in the motor. So we changed our, not our solenoid, but our distributor out. We changed all the plug wires out. We were going to change our ignition switch, but we accidentally ordered the wrong one, so the old one's still in the car now. But we also are running a different spring and shock package in the car this weekend. And we are also running a different pull bar in the car. How difficult is it, and this always amazes me, I think, about race car drivers, is how willing they are to go out on the racetrack with stuff they've never had on the car before and go out there and experience that and actually have no idea of how the car is going to handle. Does that kind of play any psyche in your mind there about, man, what's this thing going to do?
We try to map out what the car's going to do, or at least what we think it's going to do for practice. But when you get out there and practice, you never really know for sure what the car's going to do until you just haul it off into the first corner. I mean, that's just all you got to do. You got to feel, you kind of got to twist the car a little bit and right before you go green, just to see what it's going to do and get a feeling for it. And then you just got to have faith in it and just haul it off into the first corner and see what it feels like.
So though this is going to, them first few test laps or whatever, I mean, let's face it, we got a new track going here. You've never been on it before. Like you say, new shock package. What J-bar did you say?
Pull bar.
Pull bar, I'm sorry, pull bar. Boy, that, like you say, you're going to have to get out there and do some quick checking out.
Yeah, I'm just going to have faith in the car and faith in the adjustments. Then faith in the track as well. It's just kind of part of those first few practice laps. You always get that nerve in you right before you go out. And then once you get on the track, it's like, okay, everything's fine. And then you go into the first corner and you really you find out if it's fine or not.
Okay. What for you tonight? I know right now you're, I believe, leading the points in the USRA Ironman. For you tonight here at LA Raceway, what is going to be, what's the Hunt team going to consider a good performance or a good result tonight? Well,
since we're leading the points in the Ironman Challenge, there's, I believe, 24 or 26 races, and they take your best 12. So you can always afford to have a few of those bad nights, but the ultimate goal when you're this high up in the standings is to win the race, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you just set that standard for yourself. But we really don't have quite a goal until we see what our competition is. You know, if we've got some pretty stiff competition, we usually try to keep it at a top 5. If we go out and we see that our competition isn't quite as stiff, maybe a top 3 or a win would be good.
Yeah.
But you never really know until you see your competition.
Well, it won't be too long. We'll be getting there and unloading and getting things ready. And I guess, I don't want to say miraculously, but I guess in time, Trevor Hunt, the race car driver, is going to start appearing. And man, I feel fortunate. I'm going to be there tonight to see that happen. So I'm looking forward to it, Trevor. So hey, we'll get to the track here in a little while, and we'll have some fun together tonight, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Carrie, what do you think? thinking so far? I mean, is this kind of the usual schedule for the family?
Oh yeah, this is normal. Trevor gets home from school, we load up and head to the racetrack.
Well, I guess one way to look at it is no cooking tonight?
No cooking tonight. Usually I get Fridays and Saturdays off from cooking.
But boy, that racetrack food can be bad too.
Yeah, yeah.
And the prices are kind of steep.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that a little bit later on with Russell, but I guess you know what your duties are when we get there?
Yeah, I'm pretty much, I'm in charge of where we're going and how we're going to get there.
So most of your work's been done.
Most of my work is almost done. Once we get to the racetrack, then I'm just in charge of getting Trevor, you know, his lineup and where he's supposed to be and when. So I get the easy job at the racetrack. That videotaping his races, that's what I do.
I think we have a race car up ahead of us now that
We do, I see
somebody's
one.
going.
Yeah.
Probably the same place we are. Boy, the sky's looking great. I don't know about you, but I've had some concerns during the day. Checked out the radar earlier.
Yeah.
Is that one of the things Mom has to worry about?
Yeah, we all were worried about that today. I think that's one of the first questions that Trevor asked when he got home was, how's the weather looking? So, yeah, we've kept an eye on it this whole week, actually. So, hopefully it'll stay clear.
Looks like we are at Centerview here on 50 Highway. We're getting there slowly but surely. Boy, how many hours have you guys spent going to the races? I mean, it has to be a tremendous amount of time. I mean, especially like last year when you were going back and forth to the West Coast.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about how long it's a lot, but it's fun. It's fun.
Well, at least it's a family thing you can do together.
Right.
Where so many times with teenagers about this time where Trevor is in life, they're at the mall or whatever, but at least you guys are doing this together.
Wanting to hang out with his friends or something at home and in the neighborhood and stuff, but he does that too. But not on race days.
Not on race days. Well, okay. Once again, I'm going to say I'm just about ready to get there and start doing it. I think we're going to be there pretty close the way it is looking. I think they were hot lapping at 6, if I remember right. Hopefully we're there by 5:30. Was that according to Mom's schedule?
We left at a 3:45.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be there in about 20 minutes or so, I think.
Well, okay. Let's have some fun tonight, Karen.
All right.
I don't know. I gotta find out. Does he usually sign a different board?
I don't think so. We've already got the riders release with Todd. You making the checks out to USMTS?
Yes.
That's $90, right?
It'll be, you can ask that girl on the table.
What's today's date?
19.
Here's almost a day behind. wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay, we'll just have him sign. Go ahead and sign this one.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can I get your band?
Yes.
You got mine, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just need this.
Thank you. Yeah.
After unloading the trailer and getting all the equipment out that they're going to need for the evening of racing, the Hunt family race team heads up to the track, and Russell and Trevor look the track over, and Dad starts telling Russell about some of the things that he might watch for when he's out on the track for the first time. The angle of the corners, degree of banking, where it looks like might be the fastest spots. They talk over how the track is going to be for the evening of racing.
See how when you come down the 3, how it's kind of short, and your apex is way back here. This is all continuous turn down. See, it's like the turn starts clear down here at the second light pole, but it don't end until way past. I don't think it's as lazy coming off a 2, but it's definitely still fairly sharp getting to the 1. Which means you're going to really twist the car. I think our spring combination is going to actually be good. It appears that that's going to dry. You see the drying already? I don't know if they'll water again or not. I don't know what their watering program is here, but it's not going to be heavy like Valley. You can already see. It's going to be more like Humboldt. The track's hard underneath, but the mud's not thick on it. Cool, there's plenty of racing room. There's a lot of racing room. This is the entrance and the exit, it appears. It's got to be, because there's no way to get on back there, because that's the fan area.
They go off the back straightaway. Right over there. Is where they go
there's
off.
a road back here.
Yeah.
So you go off over there and come around this road to get off the track.
Oh, and their scales are right there in that barn.
And this is the entrance right here. Look how ruddy that is.
Yeah, looks like you might want to try
It's really wet through here, which is going to be, as the track flows off, you're going to want to probably be on the bottom coming off this corner. But boy, it's dry down there. You see how it's already drying? I love to come out later on in the night. That's going to be good down there. But that's dry already, so it's going to be like a high entry with a cut down.
And you run down across, that's probably going to slip off, so run down across the slope.
But if you get underneath them, you can probably just roll around the bottom either way, because it's going to be so far around to run the top. As wide as this is, it's a long way around to run the top. I like it. There's a lot of racing room.
Yeah. Back stretch looks like it might get a bit narrow, but that might be the banking.
Cool. Liking what we've done to the car,
Hang
though.
on. Do you think it'd be possible if we went around that road to see exactly where you can go off at?
Look on the back straightaway, Mike. It's really
The Hunt team now has come around to the back straightaway, and now they're beginning to notice that the track does have somewhat of a dog leg effect to it in the back straightaway. And Dad Russell is starting to tell Trevor about how he's going to be able to handle that and where he might run and what the car is going to do when he gets into that part of the track.
And when it does that, it really pushes the nose over. So you just got to hang on to the wheel, because if you pull it too hard back, it'll turn you. Does that make sense? So you just got to be smooth. If you're running the top coming around here, you got to be real smooth. Anticipate the feeling when it gets back on the left rear and moves over, and just gentle with your hands. The ones you saw miss this corner and run all of them, they started back there. But it is still plenty wide. Plenty wide. I think it's good. It looks like it's a real fast joint.
Back to the outside, it's kind of a deep, but it's like straight. The back stretch really never has a straight.
That's a lot bigger corner than this one. Because when you come out of that corner, you're turning into this corner ever since that corner back there. You see that?
Mom, what do you think about all this? Now, I've heard Dad's explanation.
This is part I have no input on. I'm just here for the ride.
We'll just enjoy the scenery, I guess, on the ride back.
I was hoping to find a bathroom somewhere along the way.
Well, I got that taken care of when you guys were parking. These old kidneys need special treatment. Well, Russell, I know you're fueling up the race car, but let's talk a little bit about the tow vehicle. I know this stuff here is what, about $6 a gallon now, something like that?
For the race fuel, it's $8 a gallon.
8. Gosh, it only goes up.
7 to 8 gallons a night.
7 to 8 gallons a night.
Yeah.
Of course,
Depending on the size of the racetrack, 'cause
Yeah.
10 gallons is a high end.
Yeah. So that's $80. Okay. And what about the tow vehicle? I know you were telling me.
Depends on the length of the trip, but we kind of, the local stuff here, we probably average $100 a night in fuel in the tow vehicle, and it's diesel, so everybody knows that's $4 a gallon, no matter how you look at it.
I was going to say the regular gas is catching up with the racing fuel,
Hey,
isn't it?
there's no doubt. No doubt. It's expensive to run up and down the road. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, your tow vehicle's got an oil change. You know, we'll put probably 30,000 miles on the tow vehicle this year. And when you factor in all the oil changes and tires and regular maintenance that goes along with it, we figure if we don't tear anything up, it costs us in the neighborhood of $700 to pull out the driveway.
Holy smokes.
That's what it costs to go race if we don't tear anything up.
Wow. That's unbelievable. And
When you factor, if you treat it like a business and factor in the maintenance of the car, the depreciation on everything,
yeah.
That's your real cost, is in the $700, $750 range.
And
without repairs for crashing.
And what's this race going to pay to win tonight?
$500.
Well, you're 200 in the hole.
On a best case scenario. You look around the pits, there's not many guys here doing it and their livelihood depending on it. Tonight there's a few more because of USMTS guys.
Yeah.
Their racing pays a little better, and hopefully we can get there one day to where it pays good enough.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, I just think the average person doesn't realize, like you say, time, effort, and money. I mean, really, you're not even charging for the labor.
No, absolutely not. And we got, Trevor will spend, he does the majority of the maintenance, and he'll spend 25 to 30 hours every week on the car, and I probably spend 15, maybe 15 to 20. That's without tearing anything up.
Yeah.
So when we crash, or when we, like this week, we're trying a little bit different setup, so we got another couple hours getting that stuff done that's not normal maintenance.
You know, if you figured that at regular shop charge, that'd be close to another 700 there.
That's right. That's right. And we really don't want to look at it that way.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's expensive, but you know, it's also expensive to be on the upper end and the traveling, like baseball. Those kids now play baseball year round.
That's
And
true.
when they're on those traveling teams, they're spending an incredible amount of money also just to play baseball. So they don't have a $20,000 or $30,000 race car sitting there either. So
I was going to say, they're not getting anything back.
that's right.
There's nothing sitting in the driveway.
So,
They got a few balls and bats.
we're fortunate. We got some good supporters that help us out a lot. And Trevor tends to run closer to the front, which gets some of our money back. We figure if we can cover our fuel expense and the car and the truck and our pit pass, the cash we actually take out of our pocket each night.
Yeah.
If we can get that back, we're happy.
I was gonna say, if you just figured up, like you were talking about earlier, if you just figured up the fuel and the pit passes tonight, that's 190.
That's right.
So,
Well, it's closer to $300 on cash you pull out of your pocket that night. With the tow rig fuel and the race car fuel, you're going to eat out. That's your only choice. We leave home at 3 o'clock. We get back home at midnight or 1 or 2, whenever it is. So track food's not expensive or not inexpensive, but neither if you wait and stop on the way home, you're still eating out.
yeah.
That costs money too.
Well, all I can say is, let's have some fun tonight. We won't worry about the expenses or anything else. We're just gonna go race, have a little fun.
We're here now and the money's spent, so it's all about fun.
Okay, Mom, how many shirts have you guys sold?
Well, we placed an order at the beginning of the season, and we pretty much sold out all those. I had to reorder, so we're doing pretty good.
I take it this is another one of Mom's jobs.
Yeah, kind of. Kind of. I have to keep track of what we do.
Wow.
All right.
Pretty good size order.
I bet we've probably sold probably close to 100 t-shirts already this year. Humboldt really helped us out. The win at Humboldt. The t-shirt sales went up after all.
So everybody loves a winner. That's
Yeah.
no doubt about that. Yeah. Well, they look really nice. Who's where you get them from?
T-shirts are done by, is it Victory? What's the name? Victory Sportswear? Victory Sportswear.
Pretty nice.
It always looks like it's gonna.
Eric Turner, local late model driver, stops by to have a word with Trevor as they look at the suspension on the back of Trevor's car. And of course Russell shows up about that time and they decide to have a little discussion about how Trevor's racing career is going and what they're doing with the car. Once again, late model driver Eric Turner drops by to talk with Trevor Hunt.
Same scenario, just a little bit faster basically. But it's fun. It's a great place. I love it. This is one of my favorite tracks. Oh yeah, you can carry a lot of speed around here, but it's just as time goes on, it just gets slower, you know. But you still going fast. That's what's fun about it. Race 2 and 3 wide, you know, you can have to get way out and pass and dive in the corners and stuff. But it's fun. You'll have a good time here.
It looks plenty wide. That's what's awesome.
Yeah, it's clean. You
Well, Trevor Hunt, the race car driver, has suddenly appeared in his full driver's suit as he puts on his fireproof mask put on behind his helmet, help protect him from the fire. There's the Hans device, and now he heads toward the race car to get into the cockpit. And of course, as we talked about earlier, Mom stands by there with the helmet. One of those things that Trevor said he really liked to do was have his mom hand him his helmet before he goes out for the racetrack. Trevor gets in the car, gets situated, starts feeling for the seat belts, pulls them up over the shoulder. Pretty soon he'll go to the 5-point latch that's in his lap as he'll start buckling in and getting ready to go out for hot laps. Now is when that race face really starts to appear on most race car drivers as they're ready to head out there for the hot laps. Here you see Russell as he gives Trevor just a few last minute instructions about how he thinks maybe the track might be or how the car might react or what Trevor might do. Grabs the racing gloves, gets them ready. Trevor just about ready to go out and do battle on the racetrack. Trevor, you had a chance to go out there for hot laps, brand new track, like I say, a lot of changes on the car. What's your first impression here of the track and the car so far tonight?
The track is huge compared to anything else that I've been on. I mean, you could literally eat a foot-long hot dog going through the corners. I mean, it's that big. As far as the track goes, it was really smooth. It was just a little bit slimy, but it wasn't bad at all. I mean, you could run anywhere that you wanted to and still carry speed. As far as the car goes, it was about a 1 loose right after I get onto the throttle. As it was climbing up the bars, it would start freeing up. So I think we're gonna lower that right rear rod, and that should fix it up.
All right, man. Looked pretty good out there, like you say. A couple more adjustments, maybe be right up there, but boy, on this heat race now, Cora, with you leading the points in the Ironman, you're going to be starting on the front row inside for your heat race.
Oh yeah, that's going to be vital. But the one thing that I have to do is I have to get that jump on the start, because without that, it seems as if the track is big enough that with these V-mods, it's going to be tough to pass. But hopefully, I can get a good jump on the start and get around those guys and lead it wire to wire.
I was going to say, to get a good starting spot in the A main, then you've got to just about win that heat race to get you a good spot then in the A.
Yeah, I think they're going by passing points, so if so, I definitely can't finish second. We don't want negative passing points,
Yeah.
That'll start us midfield.
Yeah. Okay, Trevor, we'll check back with you after the heat race and see what you think then, but have some fun.
All right, thank you.
Trevor, it looked like everything went the way you planned it. The changes in the spring, in the shocks, the bar, everything worked. It looked like it just come together perfect.
Yeah, it actually went fairly well. Started on the pole in the heat race, and started off and the car was just a bit free in the middle, and it was a little tight going in, but it was all drivable and everything. And we came down, we got a caution about halfway through, just about it. And after the caution, we got back going, and it seemed as if the car had gotten freer. And on the last lap coming to the checker, I almost spun the thing out because I got into the corner and just got back to the gas a little too early. And that just made the problem of the car being free much worse, and it got loose on me, and I saved it, so we won it. Let it wire to wire, but we got a few changes to make before the feature time comes, and the track's going to be changing a lot as well.
Getting kind of dry right now, wasn't it, for your heat race?
Yeah, there's still a little bit of moisture still left in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 is already slick.
Yeah.
Slick.
Yeah. I guess you know there toward the end of that race you had one of the hottest V-Mod drivers right behind you there. Mike Higley was in second place for the latter part of that race.
Yeah, I heard my mom. My mom told me after I came off, she said, yeah, Mike Higley, she said he finished second. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But then Dad came over and he said that we were beating him in 1 and 2, but he was beating us in 3 and 4, so we stayed just about even.
Yeah. I was going to say, you managed to pull away from him just a little bit. I'm going to give it to you.
All right.
But it looked really good. But like you say, just a few changes now before you go out for the A?
Yeah, just a couple. We'll see what the track's going to do before we decide exactly what we're going to change up. So, as of right now, we're going to watch the A-Mod B feature and see how the track does.
Yeah. Well, Trevor, been fun kind of following you around tonight. All I can say, man, you got one more race left. Go out there and have a ball, man. Just put it to them, do whatever.
Thanks, Mike. Glad to be here.
This would not be Trevor Hunt's night, as he would finish in 5th spot here for the USRA Ironman feature at LA Raceway. What can you say? The young man gave it all the effort that he could, but mechanical failure, which most race teams just can't figure in, come into play in this, as they had a rocker arm loose, and he ends up running the night on 7 cylinders. But young Trevor Hunt leads the points for the USRA Ironman Series, even with this 5th place finish at LA. Like so many times before for the Hunt race team, now comes that long ride home. You can tell by talking to this family racing team, winning is not the ultimate goal at this time. Getting Trevor in the right place at the right time with the right people is what they are looking for. I think you will agree. Trevor Hunt, he'll take care of the rest. This young man has all the tools for a bright racing future. Thanks again to Carrie and Russell Hunt for the full access that they have allowed to the Cheeseworks. And, oh yeah, Trevor, you're the man. Thank you.